All right, let's look at another report. This time we're going to look at the class breakdown report. When we look at the class breakdown report, we actually have three different options. We can look at it by RIT, we can look at it by instructional area, or we can look at it by projected proficiency. We can create a PDF report or we can view the report online. When you report the when you view the report online, it's a much quicker report. So let's see what this report tells us. Let's look at the first one by RIT. When we look at it by RIT, it gives us the student's math and reading test, and it breaks it down by RIT, and it gives us each of the students in the RIT areas. So that is that global report. That's who is in those big groups together so that we know where our students are. Okay. If I click on the subject or the course, then it takes me directly to the instructional area by RIT. And so we can see for this one, the numerical representations, we have one student here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students here. We have one student in the 221 to 230. And so this breaks it down by the instructional area so that we can see which students are in which RIT by instructional area. Okay. Let's go back to our modify options. And this time we're going to look at it by projected proficiency. I'm going to view the report online. Now remember that MAP predicts for ACT, SAT, as well as STAR. So this first is our ACT, the second is our SAT, and this third is our STAR. So we have our students that based upon the RIT score that they achieved at MOY, that they will more than likely score did not meet. Okay. And how they come to that conclusion is they study all the students that had that RIT score at MOY and then how they did at STAR and the progress that they made between MOY and STAR and where they ended up at the end of the year. So this will help us to determine those students who need a lot of support because they're in the did not meets, the students that we can move from approaches to meet because we can look at their RIT score, and those with the higher RIT scores, we should be able to move up a performance level, those who are in our meets and those who are in our masters. Now, if when you run your report, if you're missing one of these projected proficiency categories, that means that you don't have any students that fall in that projected performance level for language arts and reading. Okay, so let's go back to our modify options. Let's go back to our instructional areas, view the report online, and now I'm going to click on a particular student. When I click on the student, it links me directly to that student's learning continuum. So I can look and see where in the learning continuum the student is. So I know what concepts he's ready for instruction. And if I don't want to look at the concepts, then I can come here, I can edit my display, and I can say group by standards, and I can group by my standards above and below that grade level. Okay. And now you see that it has put my SEs, my student expectations, into the report. I also come over here and there is a view all. If I click on the view all, it will show me all of my students, not just that one that I clicked on that is in that RIT range for that instructional concept. So you get a lot of information about where to group your students, about what they're ready to learn, about where they're ready to go, about what support your students need, all through this one convenient report. Okay, go back to, and this is your class breakdown by instructional area. And in the one report, you can get by RIT, which links you to the instructional area. The instructional area links you, excuse me, to the breakdown, or you can go and you can see their projected proficiency and you can change between the language arts and the math reports.